the Lord displays. So 24th chapter, Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Khanda. Lord displays his universal form to Advaita. Last chapter was a very huge chapter. Now let us see this chapter. So this chapter describes the wonderful manifestations of ecstatic love in Sriman Mahaprabhu's Kirtan. Advaita is dancing in the mood of Gopi. Mahaprabhu's display of the universal form to Advaita. Nityananda's arrival, darshan of that universal form, loving quarrel between Nityananda and Advaita. All these topics are included. One day when Mahaprabhu, the inaugurator of Sankirtan, was engaged in various Kirtan pastimes in Navdeepa, Srila Advaita Prabhu danced in the mood of a gopi. So let us take the verses directly. Text 1. Jai 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 Gaurasimha Mahadhira Jai Jai Shishtapala Jaya Dushtabhira. All glories to the most sober lion like Gaura Simha Mahadhira. He is Mahadhira also, sober also. At the same time, he is lion-like. You see two contradictory statements. There are two contradictory statements, the harmonized, that is Krishna. How can lion be sober? Or how can a sober person be lion-like? So this is where Viruddha Samanyam Tasminna Chitram. Viruddha Samanyam, where two contradictory statements harmonize, that is Krishna. He is very beautiful. At the same time, what should be the opposite? Very ugly. Now, how can we call Krishna ugly? But it is there. He says, Aham Kalosmi. Aham Kalosmi. I am the death personified. So is the death beautiful? No. So that is how two opposite statements. Oh, Krishna is very, very intelligent. Then what should be the opposite? What should be the opposite? He is a fool. Yes, he is a fool in spite of knowing that people don't want, that is, don't want him, but still he provides everything. So when such contradictory statements are given in the Shastras, that shows his magnanimity. He is not bothered whether the person is worshipping him or not. He provides everything to that person. Whether you give him to eat or whether you don't give him to eat, he is self-sufficient. So that is why here, Mahadhira Gaura Simha, all glories to the Lord who maintains the devotees and annihilates the miscreants. To teach tolerance to all restless living entities, Shri Gaura Simha, the giver of Krishna Prema, has given instructions about service to Krishna. Yadu Nandana has manifested his supreme opulences by maintaining all the universes. Jai Jagannath Putra Shri Sachinandana, Jai 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 Punya Shravana Kirtana. All glories to the son of Jagannath Mishra and Sachi. All glories to the virtuous devotional processes of hearing and chanting. Jai 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 Shri Jagadanandera Jivana. Jai Haridas Kashishwara Pranadhana. So all glories to the life and soul of Sri Jagadananda. All glories to the life and wealth of Haridas and Kashishwara. So Lord loves to be called by the devotee's name, like Devaki Nandan, Yashoda Nandan, Nandanandan, Vasudev Nandan. Vasudev Nandan, indirectly Vasudeva. So in this way, here again all glories to the son of Jagannath Mishra, Sachi Mata, that is why is also known as Sachi Nandana. Now connecting seeing Lord in connection with the devotees. So he is Pranadhana of Haridas, Pranadhana of Kashishwara, Pranadhana of Jagadanandana. जय कृपा सिंधु दीन बंधु सर्वतात ये बोले तुम्हारा प्रभु तारा है नाथ. All glories to the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, the affectionate father of all. You become the Lord of one who says, I am yours. Again, this is so wonderful statement. Just by saying, I am yours, Lord accepts the devotee. Is there in Ramayana also. Just by saying, I am yours, Krishna accepts. You are mine cannot be told by anyone except Srimati Radharani. That adhikara is only for Srimati Radharani, not even in her expansion as Rukmini. Even Rukmini says, I am yours. So we are just Jivatmas. They are internal concerts, but still Rukmini, Lakshmi, they can say, I am yours. But Shrota of Rukmini, Lakshmi, Srimati Radharani has the power and the qualification and the rights to say, you are mine. हेनमते नवद्वीपे विश्वम्भराय विविध कीर्तन प्रभु करये सदाय. In this way, Lord Vishwambar constantly engaged in various kirtan pastimes in Navadvip. हेन से हैला प्रभु हरि कीर्तन हरि संकीर्तने कृष्ण नाम श्रुति मात्र पड़े ये से स्थाने. He became so overwhelmed in Hari Sankirtan that as soon as he heard the name of Krishna, he fell to the ground. Now, Vishwambara is enacting the pastime of devotee. So devotee, as soon as he hears the Harinam, he becomes ecstatic. But we cannot exhibit that ecstasy which Srimati Radharani, which Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani is exhibiting. Because Ashtavikara happens only to Krishna and Srimati Radharani in the Golok Dham. Same Ashtavikara is shown by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he hears the wonderful kirtan for which he himself has come to propagate. So when he hears this kirtan, his own glorification, this Ashtavikara, this ecstasy, like the tears flowing from his eyes like a syringe of water, goosebumps, the whole body becomes like a pumpkin. Suddenly there are big pimples. Suddenly he jumps, suddenly he is murchita. So all these cannot be exhibited even by great personalities like Brahma, Shiva. They can also not do this. This is again the property of Radha Krishna. Ki nagare, ki chatvare, की वा जले वने निरंतर अश्रुधारा वही श्रीनयने. Incessant tears would flow from his lotus eyes, whether he was in the street, in the courtyard, in the water, or in the forest. We also have some here and there tears. I remember I had gone to Miraro temple. Previously I used to go every day because every day seva is to be there. So once Lord is so beautiful, his dressing was so wonderful. Now he is anyhow beautiful. Seeing him, some tears came. And somebody saw, and then they spread, oh, something has happened in Mataji's house. I think the Prabhuji must have scolded or some quarrel must have happened. So she is crying. I said, so just the rumor was spent like this. Somewhere we get here and there tears. Because till Anartha Nivrutti stage also some tears come. In Bhava stage, Nayanam Galanashudharya Vadanam Gupta, that is the ultimate stage. That also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking, when is it going to happen? When tears are going to flow, Nayanam Garadashrudarya, Vadanam Gadagdyagira, Pulakayalichitam Vapukada, Tava Nama Grahane, Bhavishyaki. In the future, when is it going to happen? That means, when am I going to experience that viraha ivaitam nimeshena, chakshusha pravashaitam, shunyaitam jagat govinda virenane. So when is this all going to happen? So whatever tears come at the stage of anartha nivritti or nishtha, whatever that tears come, that is only uh, asthai bhava. There's also bhava only, but which bhava? Asthai bhava, flickering bhava. After half an hour, you will forget that you were crying. The moment your attention is diverted, we forget. Oh, I cried. Oh, I should go on crying. That doesn't happen. Tears doesn't go on flowing, but Mahaprabhu goes on crying, incessant tears. Aptagane Rakshiya Bulena Nirantara Bhakti Rasa Maya Hailena Vishwambhara. Vishwambhara's intimate associates would always protect him when he became filled with the ecstasy of Krishna consciousness. So they used to protect him because when he will jump in water, in predictable. Once it happened, Vallabhacharya, he took Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Varanasi to his grama, Aila Gram. It was in Prayag. He came to meet in Prayag and took Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his gram. And they have to pass through Yamuna. The Triveni Sangam. There is Yamuna also flowing, Ganga also flowing, and there is Sukshma, unseen Saraswati from beneath. That is why generally they say it is Yamuna Ganga Sangam. So the boat is passing through Yamuna. Here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is remembering the pastimes, boat pastimes of the gopis. How gopis, how Radharani used to come and hug him. All these boat pastimes, remembering the wonderful pastimes on the banks of Yamuna. He jumped in Yamuna. Then from behind,
भैया हमारा ट्रेन मिस हो जाए एक जल्दी
train, whose train is missing? Poonam Maharishi. So you should hear, na? So then Vallabhacharya jumped, and that is how Vallabhacharya thought that we have to protect him. When he will come in ecstasy, we only don't know. केहा मात्र कोन रूपे यदि बने हरि सुनीलैया पद प्रभु आपना पासरी. If for any reason anyone spoke the name Hari, the Lord will forget himself and fall to the ground. There was some reason Hari is spoken, immediately he will remember, fall to the ground. Mahakampa, Ashru, Haya, Pulaka, Sarvange, Gadagadi, Ayena, Nagare, Maharange. So these are all the ecstatic symptoms. He would shiver, he would cry, his hairs of his body would stand on end as he rolled on the street in great ecstasy. So this is Mahashtavikar Darshan. ये आवेश देखिले ब्रह्मादि धन्य है. ताह देखे नदियार लोक समुच्चय. The people of Madhya would thus see manifestations of ecstasy that personalities like Brahma aspired to see. शेषे अति मूर्छ देखी मिली सर्वदास्य लगा करिया निया चलीला आवासे. When the Lord's servants saw the Lord eventually lose consciousness, they took him to his own residence. तबे द्वार दिया ये करेण संकीर्तन ते सुखे पूर्णित हय अनंत भुवन. As they then performed kirtan behind closed doors, the happiness of the kirtan filled innumerable universes. Yata sabha bhava haya akhat सकल इन नाही बुझी प्रभु की रसे विमला. It is impossible to describe all the sentiments that the Lord manifests, and it is difficult to understand which mellows overwhelm the Lord. Again, very difficult to describe which mellows and the different types of mellows, experiences, rasas. So which will mellow overwhelm the Lord? Very difficult to say. And also very difficult to describe all the sentiments of the Lord. Shane bole muni sei madana gopala. Shane bole muni Krishna dasa sarvakala. One moment he used to say, I am Madan Gopal. Another moment he said, I am eternal servant of Krishna. Very difficult to understand his sentiments. Actually, he is both. He is both. He is Madan Gopal also. He has taken the mood of Srimati Radharani, so he can easily say, I am eternal servant of Lord Krishna. But the devotees surrounded, they used to be confused. What is this? Why is he talking again to contradictory statement? How can the Swami or the master become the servant, or how the servant can become the master? That is how, if you see, this chapter begins with two contradictory statements. Simha, Gaura Simha, Mahadhira. Gaura is Simha, at the same time is very sober. How can a lion be sober, or how can a sober person behave like a lion? So again, there is two contradictory statements, but wherever two contradictory statements harmonize, that is Krishna. Viruddha Samanyam Tasminna Chitram. Shri Gaur Sundar incarnated to reveal how fortunate the conditioned souls become by chanting the spiritual names. When living entities retire from perception based on godless, sense gratifying meaning of the words coming from languages like Brahmi, Shankhi, Karoshti, then by the influence of spiritual names, their eternal propensity is awakened. Then they are not satisfied by attraction to external objects, and they develop an indescribable urge. At that time, the living entities realize their constitutional position. How is that? That is eternal. Shri Gaur Sundar also always manifested in himself the five sentiments found in eternal servants of the Supreme Lord. Since he was Brajanandana himself, he was sometimes unable to conceal himself. He did not obstruct the conditioned soul's vision, by which they could understand the identity of the Supreme Lord. And thus, knowing that the son of Sachi is not different from the Nanda Maharaj's son, he always identified himself as a Vaishnava, so that all living entities who are servants of Lord Krishna would not lose their constitutional spiritual propensities and consider themselves Ahangrahopashaka. Ahangrahopashaka. The meaning is one who worships himself with the idea of becoming God. So this type of propensity where a person starts thinking himself God, that is lost. If a person takes up spiritual path very sincerely and seriously under the guidance of Guru Shishya Parampara, Mahabaulas or Madana Gopalas. So there are such Mayavadi Baulas and Madana Gopalas, they consider themselves as God. So that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls himself servant also, because he has come to enact the role of the servant. Gopi, 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 Matra ko na dina da jape, Shunile, Krishnera Nama, Jwale, Mahahope. Some days it's chanted, Gopi, Gopi, Gopi. And when he heard the name of Krishna, he burned with great indignation. In the constitutional propensities of living entities, The identification of a gopi in Madhurya, in Madhura Rasa, conjugal love, under the subordination of the daughter of King Rishabhanu is topmost. So just see in the constitutional propensities of living entities. Madhurya Bhakti is the topmost, 5 rasas. Every living entity experiences with Krishna. The topmost of 5 rasas is Madhurya Bhakti. And such living entities who are shelters of Madhura Rasa are gopis. So which type of living entities they are? They are not in the category of Jiva Tattva, but with Jiva Tattva, not an ordinary Jiva Tattva. They are in the category of eternal Parshadas of Krishna. They are also living entities only. But which living entities? Akshara Jiva, not Shara Jivas like us. Vrajena Nandana repeatedly chanted the name word Gopi to remain fixed on the platform of identifying himself as a Gopi, to reveal the living entities are to reveal that the living entities are sheltered part and parcel and not Swayamrupa Krishna, the supreme shelter, and to reveal that the Panchopashaka Mayavadi conditioned souls identifying themselves as non-different from Krishna is extremely meaningless. The Lord on one hand enacted the pastime of displaying distaste for the name of Krishna, and on the other hand, he revealed that it is a duty of all living entities to always inquire about Krishna, and in the course of inquiry, to engage in the service of Krishna. So, in one place, he says, "Oh, I don't want to hear Krishna's name. Because if I hear Krishna's name, I go on crying." This is the mood of Radharani. She says, "Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavidiriditam kalmashapaham shravanamangalam srimadasatam bhuvi gunantite bhuvidajana." The Gopi Gita, it is said, you Bhuridajana, you preachers, you come and you think that you are chanting the holy name, the glories of Krishna, and by that you are removing our miseries. Instead, what you are doing? You are adding up to our miseries. It is like tapta jivanam. You put some drop of water on a very hot tawa. The water will go here and there. It will not dry off immediately. It will run here and there. So tapta jivanam. You are coming and singing about Krishna, and here we are experiencing the viraha of Krishna. We are experiencing that spiritual enviousness, jealousy. Krishna is with all of you, and here we are serving Krishna so much, but Krishna has left us and gone. So don't speak of Krishna. We don't want to hear Krishna's name. That is how even in the Bhagavad Gita also, if you see Radharani in anger, she says, this is the Mara Bhava, the extreme sufferings experienced with the viraha of Krishna. And on top of that, the advice also, there is a shloka which says, don't ever chant Krishna's name. We are advising you. Why? If you chant Krishna's name, your material propensities will go away. Today, I think we wrote the same thing, isn't it? If you want to progress spiritually, chant. But the gopis say, don't chant. Because if you chant, all your material desires will automatically be burnt. If you want to enjoy really materialistic life, enjoy. Don't ever chant Krishna's name, because once he enters your consciousness, very difficult to come out. He is a crooked person, name is also crooked. The moment he enters, Sri Rama is very, very wonderful. He is straight. He stands straight. Easy to chant. Easy to be removed also. But Krishna, very difficult to chant. And once gone, like you have the nail, you pierce the nail in the wall. Straight nail comes out. The nail goes and bends, very difficult to remove. So in one place, in the mood of Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, hey, don't chant, don't chant. If you chant, you cannot enjoy materialistic life. We have experienced this, when we were distributing books in on the platform. Initially, we used to get permission. Nowadays, very rarely we get permission to distribute Bhagavad Gita and Gita Marathon. So we were standing, and I used to have a mic. Please come, take Bhagavad Gita, make your life blissful. Something I used to say. Somebody came, two boys came. One boy was about to pick up. Other boy slaps his hand. Hey, हाथ मत लगा. अरे ब्रेन वॉश हो जाता है मालूम है. हाँ, पूरा जीवन बदली हो जाता है. ऐसा वाह, what a confidence he has. No, that much confidence even we don't have. The moment we touch the Shastras, the moment we come in contact with our spiritual master, the moment we come in the Gaudiya Dhara or Guru Shishya Parampara, yes, life is going to change. For some it is drastic, for some it is a slow process. Even if you go and try to enjoy outside, you will not get that taste. You may try to act, but that acting is also without any taste. That is why Mahaprabhu has indirectly displayed this taste for the name of Krishna by feigning detachment and engaging in behavior that is contrary to that of the people of the world, and by acting like one who has realized his constitutional position and who has developed an excessive thirst to hear the name of Krishna. He increased his desire to constantly hear the name of Krishna. In one place, he is increasing the taste. That is how one can progress. In one place, enacting that highest ecstasy that only Radharani can manifest, no one else. We cannot exhibit that mana bhav. Krishna says, don't want to chant, get lost. We cannot exhibit. Only Radharani, because Krishna is her property. And to share that property to everyone, again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, she has locked that property within her heart. Krishna thinks, oh, let me make her cry and melt her heart. When the chambers of the heart are melted, he can easily go and take that Harinam property and distribute to everyone. That is what happens. That's what happens in the Golok Dham. Radharani cries profusely. Krishna spends more time with Chandravali. Then Krishna comes. Lalita Sati says, "Get lost." The more you have made our Vrishabhalavi, made our Radharani cry. What you will do, you will also cry in that situation. So intentionally Krishna does that, so that the heart is melted and the property of Harinam, which is actually her property. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is her property. With that Hare Krishna Mahamantra, she serves Lord Krishna. So Hare Krishna Mahamantra is not just another mantra. Sometimes we mix up the mantras and we think that we'll chant this mantra that is more beneficial. But Harinam Sankirtan is Prem Nam mantra, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took from the heart of Radharani and distributed to the whole world. Whoever is fortunate, whoever has got mercy of Chaitanya, gets the fortune of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we'll see other verses tomorrow. We're again in the mood of Radharani. Beautiful dialogues are there. Hare Krishna. Any doubts? So requesting all devotees to work hard for Janmashtami. It is the only time people like to contribute also. They like to donate for Janmashtami. It is only our reach to them. We just have to reach. And if we think what people will think, nothing, nobody thinks anything. Let them think whatever they want to think. And Krishna also can say, every month I am also giving salary. Ramanuja says, every day do Utsava. Every day do Utsava. Because when Lord has not done any conjuicy in giving to us, why should we think so much? Go, maybe may not be so much, it will be something. Janmashtami is a festival where people like to give. That is, they consider this as the most important event. Our shyness and our many thoughts, just remove all the thoughts and put in the dustbin. Just call your friends, call your relatives, make a note down of all your friends and relatives. See, devotee should be shameless, first thing. 4 things makes a devotee progress. One of the thing is shameless. Be shameless first. Go and beg. There is no harm in begging. Remove the shyness. Again, shyness will not allow us to progress in the devotional service. Other two I'll tell afterwards. But these 2 things for fundraising. These 2 things are very important. Remove your shameless, remove your shyness, become shameless. What people will think maximum? जब देखो आ जाता है. Maximum what they'll say? अरे ये तो काले बिल्ली जैसा है. They'll try to avoid you. What more? Come out of all the social designation. Come out of it. The last important is come out of your chastity. Come out. Oh, I cannot speak to a man. Why you cannot speak? We are Jiva Tattvas only. Man and woman body is only material, immaterial. It's only material body. So come out of all the shyness. Oh, I cannot talk to a man, what they will think. What they will think. Your servant is also servant. Come out of all this chastity, come out of social customs, come out of all the shyness, become shameless. If you do this, it is for sure you will work for Krishna. The moment you work for Krishna, you are in the eyes of Krishna. Fundraising is most important activity. In fact, every month you should go and collect because temples are run by the funds. There is no tree which will provide. It is not a business unit. So requesting everyone to do this. You have so many friends now. Make a list. Make a list. Today sit down at night. Sincerely make a list. I know many of you will not, you will take from 1 year and throw it from 1 year. Some are very sincere, they will do it. Those who have this type of attitude, I will just hear and throw out from that year. I beg, please put it in the heart and work. Okay? Many people may not know you also. You may be new in the society. So what? Go knock the door. By this, you will become friend also. They will respect you. When you go and invite, they will respect you. Just when you work for Krishna, the same people will come in help also. Suppose you are in need of something, the same neighbors will come to you to help you. You have walked for Krishna. So you walk for Krishna, knock every door, become friends, put tilak, put kanti, hold japmala or hang the japmala in your neck, say Hare Krishna, take a pamphlet which has been made or invitation cards if you want, you can take. There are 100 invitation cards which is made in Jagannath Devasthanam, it is there. If you are going to some your boss or something, don't take that pamphlet, take some invitation cards. Everything has been made. It is only you who has to come and ask, come forward and take interest. You don't have to come to the center to collect. We can even provide you in your houses. But come forward. Just don't say, I cannot do. I'll give my contribution. That is enough. No. More than your contribution is people's collection. This is the only event where you become, these are the events when we become humble. Become humble, become a beggar. Prabhupada writes, I am the most humblest beggar. Okay? Hare Krishna. To end the meeting, go